Hello, ladies. My first MegaWomen event is happening here in Dallas, Texas. And the details will follow very shortly on all my social media platforms. So what will you expect when you come here to Dallas? You will have free health screenings. You will learn about branding. Somebody is going to pitch their idea and win a prize. But most importantly, one of the things I am passionate about is seeing our young ladies go to the collegiate level. And we're going to have the opportunity to give somebody scholarship in this meeting. So I hope that you will make plans. You will bring your girlfriends, you will share, but you will follow me on social media for all the updates for the first MegaWomen event here in Dallas. I look forward to seeing you ladies. Why? Because we are a hidden economy. '24 is the year of cultural elevation. Find out why. As you know, I like to give you a scripture that describes my guest to you. It is Psalms 75, verse 10. For God says, I will break the strength of the wicked, but I will increase the power of the godly. And my guest today is Cheryl Roseborough, and I'm so excited to present her again to an audience that don't know her and to an audience that do. Cheryl, hello.
Hello.
So you've intrigued me, my friend. I'm
interested in what the intrigue is now.
I'm intrigued, my friend, because we all say 2024 is the year of the open door, but you're saying cultural elevation. Mm-hmm. Why?
Well, number one, let me go back first. Mm-hmm. 2022 was actually the year of reset. Mm-hmm. We were coming out of COVID.
Yes.
So much was happening, and we had to hit that reset button. Mm-hmm. Well, 2023 was the year of equipping. God had to re-equip me with everything so that now, in this elevated season, now I have everything that I need to walk in my purpose, to walk in my calling, to do what I'm called to do, and to make change culturally. Yeah. Not just for me, but for everybody that we have in contact with globally, on a global perspective.
Mm-hmm. And we've been friends since that time.
Yes.
We just got to know each other. And so every now and then I will reach out to you through social media and say, oh my God, I'm so proud of you. Yes, but I watched the cultural diversity that's taken place in your ministry. So tell them exactly, not ministry, business as well as ministry. So tell them what business you do.
So, I have a ministry, as you know, marketplace ministry, Self-Esteem Elevated, and we empower people in the area of self-esteem from a faith-based perspective, self-esteem, self-worth, identity. Know that it's not tied to your job, to a marriage, to a person. It's tied to who you are and what God has called you to be.
Wonderful.
Your innate purpose in life. So from that perspective. And then for business, I own an ad agency, a full service that I've owned.
Yeah.
Of course, I can't tell my age,
right? We'll just let them guess.
So, but I've owned it for, since actually 1999.
Yeah.
And when I started it was a moment of God giving me $25, and He started a business, and I've had to walk it out with Him. And so when I talk about what God has taught me over the years is who to talk to, who's my audience, what's my niche, and understanding where those gaps are, and understanding even where I can fit. Where I can fit, and where I can make, what's the word I'm looking for? I just blanked out. That I can actually make change. I have the ability, someone that even in business owners or marketers don't understand, where we can go in, be very strategic, and create change.
Were you in corporate America?
I came out of corporate America. Yeah. It's interesting. The only company that I interviewed with, the only company that I sent my resume to and got a job at an ad agency.
And so you took all that, we talked earlier about this when our first interview. You came back to me this morning. Transferable skills was you were one of the first people I talked about transferable skills with. Because of COVID, we all had to shift. Right? And so you started out by saying, God did the reset with you. And so in that reset, what did you learn were your transferable skills?
What I learned in the reset, transferable skills, what I learned is that you can take what you learn in business and put it in ministry.
Come on.
And you can take what you have in ministry and put it in business.
Right.
Vice versa. It doesn't mean, I can take my faith with me and be at peace with it.
Yeah.
Or I can take my education and my law and my knowledge from the business side and bring it with me into the ministry side and give it to others as well, too, equally so.
Yeah. And what is... So I'm going to skill set. I'm pulling skill set out of you. So what is your skill set? What's your niche?
My niche. So my niche is I help luxury marketers reach the affluent African American. That's my primary niche.
Yeah.
And then of course I work with general market and then work with in other areas. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to get my brain to go there. Click, 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 click. So work with in general market as well too. But our main focus is helping those marketers reach an untapped demographic.
Come on.
And a lot of times people don't understand the loyalty, what brings them to the table, what makes them want to become loyal consumers. So we're creating opportunities where we do research and then put together strategic plans for them to be able to reach that market.
So I'm gonna tap you because you said a word so gently, affluent. So when you say affluent, who is that audience?
It's the audience that makes over a certain
Tell
financial threshold.
Tell them.
So if you
let them hear the numbers.
So it really, in all honesty, if you make over $105,000, you're considered affluent.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, a lot of people don't know that because they think that affluent means that you have to make millions and millions of dollars, and the discretionary income that they have at that threshold. A lot of people don't understand and know that is there.
Yes, because I say that because I've just done a conference and I explained what abundance looks like. You've paid all your bills.
Yes.
The Hulu, the car notes,
yes.
All this,
and you have some discretionary income,
and then you've got this leftover, and next month you have another set that will be left over, and so now you've got what they call disposable incomes,
discretionary,
right? And you call it discretionary. So it depends on the amount.
Yes.
You put it. I wanted one of the things that I'm glad that you're here is. We have to change people's language.
Yes.
And they hear affluent, but you've just explained what that is. And that's your target audience. And in that target audience, you're trying to get them to the lovely phrase that we talked about, diversify. How do you help them diversify?
How do we help them diversify? Well, number one, it's an education process. So with my agency, there's 3 things that we focus on: exposing them, engaging them, and educating them through brand experiences. So that's real important. And even if it means like brands don't understand why they may come have their product, why they may not buy their product in their or when it's case in point, we had a customer, it was a luxury automobile, and they wanted to know, okay, they're not purchasing these cars here, but they're getting them serviced. Well, it was an education process to let them know, well, hey, it's because they don't know that you're the #1 certified pre-owned dealership in the country.
Wow.
And once we help them understand that, even all the way up to the CEO, it was a click in their head like, okay, wait a minute, this needs to go to our general market audience as well. So while it was a niche understanding, it actually turned into a general market and cultural understanding.
And what I hear is it brought them more money.
It did. It actually brought them more money. Yes.
And that's when you talk about niche and you talk about cultural elevation, how would you really explain that? We started that, but now we're really breaking it down.
Cultural elevation. How would I explain that? Let me think about that for a second.
I like putting you on the spot. I've got to know you so I can do this to you. I do this to my dear friends.
When you think about cultural elevation, it's this. It's about taking culturally and putting it in a place where it is expounded and expanded and put in a posture and a position that others can know and then they can be educated and come into the knowledge and understanding that it's for all of us.
Yeah. And the lovely thing is because we've been at meetings together and I got to see you in full operation, which is wonderful, with a Filipino friend. She's been on the show, Susie Jennings, and you're standing there to corporate affluent Christians, right? And we're all from different backgrounds, CEOs of, you call us CEOs of our own companies. Let's talk business for a moment. And we were all in the same mindset, wanting to expand. Help people understand that.
Well, I believe the most important thing if you're looking to expand is this. You have to understand God is first and foremost the CEO.
Yeah.
And you have to understand that what you do and what you do is it's tied to your spiritual purpose. And I believe a lot of people, and I'll even say this for myself, I'll even speak this for myself, sometimes I've come kicking and screaming into what God has called me to do. And I've had to step back and understand that in order for me to get to the next of whatever God is doing in my life, I got to first step in and understand what my role is, what He wants me to do. And then hearing His voice and understanding, okay, I need you to speak to this person about that. I need you to